Scene 2. As the curtain rises, the princess has a fountain pen in hand and is signing checks. Chance, now wearing dark slacks, socks, and shoes of the fashionable loafer type, is putting on his shirt and speaks as the curtain opens. Chance. Keep on writing. Has the pen gone dry? Princess. I started at the back of the book where the big ones are. Chance. Yes, but you stopped too soon. Princess. All right, one more from the front of the book as a token of some satisfaction. I said some, not complete. Chance, picking up the phone. Operator, give me the cashier, please. Princess. What are you doing that for? Chance. You have to tell the cashier you're sending me down with some traveler's checks to cash for you. Princess. Have to? Did you say have to? Chance. Cashier? Just a moment. The Princess Cosmonopolis? He thrusts the phone at her. Princess, into the phone. Who is this? But I don't want the cashier. My watch has stopped and I want to know the right time. 5 after 3? Thank you. He says it's 5 after 3. She hangs up and smiles at Chance. I'm not ready to be left alone in this room. Now, let's not fight anymore over little points like that. Let's save our strength for the big ones. I'll have the checks cashed for you as soon as I've put on my face. I just don't want to be left alone in this place till I put on the face that I face the world with, baby. Maybe after we get to know each other, we won't fight over little points anymore. The struggle will stop. Maybe we won't even fight over big points, baby. Will you open the shutters a little bit, please? He doesn't seem to hear her. The lament is heard. I won't be able to see my face in the mirror. Open the shutters. I won't be able to see my face in the mirror. Chance. Do you want to? Princess, pointing. Unfortunately, I have to. Open the shutters. He does. He remains by the open shutters, looking out as the lament in the air continues. Chance. I was born in this town. I was born in St. Cloud. Princess. That's a good way to begin to tell your life story. Tell me your life story. I'm interested in it. I really would like to know it. Let's make it your audition, a sort of screen test for you. I can watch you in the mirror while I put my face on. And tell me your life story, and if you hold my attention with your life story, I'll know you have talent. I'll wire my studio on the coast that I'm still alive, and I'm on my way to the coast with a young man named Chance Wayne that I think is cut out to be a great young star. Chance, moving out on the forestage. Here's the town I was born in and lived in till 10 years ago, in St. Cloud. I was a 12-pound baby, normal and healthy, but with some kind of quantity X in my blood. A wish or a need to be different. The kids that I grew up with are mostly still here and what they call settled down, gone into business, married and bringing up children. The little crowd I was in with, that I used to be the star of, was the snob set, the ones with the big names and money. I didn't have either. The princess utters a soft laugh in her dimmed-out area. What I had was... The princess half turns, brush poised in a faint, dusty beam of light. Princess. Beauty. Say it. Say it. What you had was beauty. I had it. I say it with pride, no matter how sad being gone now. Chance. Yes, well, the others. The princess resumes brushing hair, and the sudden cold beam of light out again. are all now members of the young social set here. The girls are young matrons, bridge players, and the boys belong to the Junior Chamber of Commerce. And some of them, clubs in New Orleans such as Rex and Comos, and ride on the Mardi Gras floats. Wonderful? No. Boring. I wanted, expected, intended to get something better. Yes, and I did. I got it. I did things that fat-headed gang never dreamed of. Hell, when they were still freshmen at Tulane or LSU or Old Miss, I sang in the chorus of the biggest show in New York in Oklahoma and had pictures in life in a cowboy outfit, tossing a 10-gallon hat in the air. Yippee, haha. And at the same time pursued my other vocation. Maybe the only one I was truly meant for. Lovemaking. Slept in the social register of New York millionaires, widows, and wives, and debutante daughters of such famous names as Vanderbrook, and Masters, and Holloway, and Connaught. Names mentioned daily in columns, whose credit cards are their faces. And Princess. What did they pay you? Chance. I gave people more than I took. Middle-aged people, I gave back a feeling of youth. Lonely girls, understanding, appreciation, an absolutely convincing show of affection. Sad people, lost people, something light and uplifting. Eccentrics, tolerance, even odd things they long for. But always just at the point when I might get something back that would solve my own need, which was great. To rise to their level, the memory of my girl would pull me back home to her. And when I came home for those visits, man, oh man, how that town buzzed with excitement. I'm telling you, it would blaze with it. And then that thing in Korea came along. I was about to be sucked into the army, so I went into the Navy, because a sailor's uniform suited me better. The uniform was all that suited me, though. Princess. Aha! Chance, mocking her. I wasn't able to stand the goddamn routine. Discipline. I kept thinking, this stops everything. I was 23. That was the peak of my youth, and I knew my youth wouldn't last long. By the time I got out, Christ knows, I might be nearly 30. Who would remember Chance Wayne? In a life like mine, you just can't stop, you know. Can't take time out between steps. You've got to keep going right on up from one thing to the other. Once you drop out, it leaves you and goes on without you, and you're washed up. Princess. I don't think I know what you're talking about. Chance. I'm talking about the parade. The parade. The parade. The boys that go places, that's the parade I'm talking about. Not a parade of swabbies on a wet deck. And so I ran my comb through my hair one morning and noticed that 8 or 10 hairs had come out. A warning signal of a future baldness. My hair was still thick. But it would be 5 years from now, or even 3, when the war would be over. That scared me, that speculation. I started to have bad dreams. Nightmares and cold sweats at night, and I had palpitations. And on my leaves, I got drunk and woke up in strange places with faces on the next pillow I had never seen before. My eyes had a wild look in them in the mirror. I got the idea I wouldn't live through the war, that I wouldn't come back, that all the excitement and glory of being Chance Wayne would go up in smoke at the moment of contact between my brain and the bit of hot steel that happened to be in the air at the same time and place that my head was. That thought didn't comfort me any. Imagine a whole lifetime of dreams and ambitions and hopes dissolving away in one instant, being blacked out like some arithmetic problem washed off a blackboard by a wet sponge, just by some little accident like a bullet, not even aimed at you, but just shot off in space. And so I cracked up. My nerves did. I got a medical discharge out of the service and I came home in civvies. Then it was when I noticed how different it was. The town and the people in it. Polite? Yes, but not cordial. No headlines in the papers. Just an item that measured 1 inch at the bottom of page 5 saying that Chance Wayne, the son of Mrs. Emily Wayne of North Front Street, had received an honorable discharge from the Navy as the result of illness and was home to recover. That was when Heavenly became more important to me than anything else. Princess. Is Heavenly a girl's name? Chance. Heavenly is the name of my girl in St. Cloud. Princess. Is Heavenly why we stopped here? Chance. What other reason for stopping here can you think of? Princess. So, I'm being used. Why not? Even a dead racehorse is used to make glue. Is she pretty? Chance, handing Princess a snapshot. This is a flashlight photo I took of her, nude, one night on Diamond Key, which is a little sandbar about half a mile offshore, which is underwater at high tide. This was taken with the tide coming in. The water is just beginning to lap over her body, like it desired her, like I did, and still do, and will always, always. Chance takes back the snapshot. Heavenly was her name. You can see that it fits her. This was her at 15. Princess. Did you have her that early? Chance. I was just 2 years older. We had each other that early. Princess. Sheer luck. Chance. Princess. The difference between people in this world is not between the rich and the poor, or the good and the evil. The biggest of all differences in this world is between the ones that had or have pleasure and love, and those that haven't and hadn't any pleasure and love, but just watched it with envy, sick envy. The spectators and the performers. I don't mean just ordinary pleasure or the kind you can buy. I mean great pleasure. And nothing that's happened to me or to Heavenly since can cancel out the many long nights without sleep when we gave each other such pleasure and love as very few people can look back on in their lives. Princess. No question. Go on with your story. Chance. Each time I came back to St. Cloud, I had her love to come back to. Princess. Something permanent in a world of change? Chance. Yes. After each disappointment, each failure at something, I'd come back to her like going to a hospital. Princess. She put cool bandages on your wounds? Why didn't you marry this heavenly little physician? Chance. Didn't I tell you that Heavenly is the daughter of Boss Finley, the biggest political wheel in this part of the country? Well, if I didn't, I made a serious omission. Princess. He disapproved? Chance. He figured his daughter rated someone 1,000% better than me, Chance Wayne. The last time I came back here, she phoned me from the drugstore and told me to swim out to Diamond Key, that she would meet me there. I waited a long time, till almost sunset, and the tide started coming in before I heard the putt-putt of an outboard motor boat coming out to the sandbar. The sun was behind her. I squinted. She had on a silky wet tank suit, and fans of water and mist made rainbows about her. She stood up in the boat as if she was water skiing, shouting things at me and circling around the sandbar, around and around it. Princess. She didn't come to the sandbar? Chance. No, just circled around it, shouting things at me. I'd swim toward the boat. I would just about reach it and she'd race away, throwing up misty rainbows, disappearing in rainbows, and then circled back and shouting things at me again. Princess. What things? Chance. Things like, Chance, go away. Don't come back to St. Cloud. Chance, you're a liar. Chance, I'm sick of your lies. My father's right about you. Chance, you're no good anymore. Chance, stay away from St. Cloud. The last time around the sandbar, she shouted nothing, just waved goodbye and turned the boat back to shore. Princess. Is that the end of the story? Chance. Princess, the end of the story is up to you. You want to help me? Princess. I want to help you. Believe me, not everybody wants to hurt everybody. I don't want to hurt you. Can you believe me? Chance. I can if you prove it to me. Princess. How can I prove it to you? Chance. I have something in mind. Princess. Yes, what? Chance. Okay, I'll give you a quick outline of this project I have in mind. Soon as I've talked to my girl and shown her my contract, we go on, you and me. Not far, just to New Orleans, Princess. But no more hiding away. We check in at the Hotel Roosevelt there as Alexandra Delago and Chance Wayne. Right away the newspapers call you and give a press conference. Princess. Oh? Chance. Yes. The idea briefly, a local contest of talent to find a pair of young couple to star as unknowns in a picture you're planning to make to show your faith in youth, Princess. You stage this contest, you invite other judges, but your decision decides it. Princess. And you and Chance. Yes. Heavenly and I win it. We get her out of St. Cloud, we go to the West Coast together. Princess. And me? Chance. You? Princess. Have you forgotten, for instance, that any public attention is what I least want in the world? Chance. What better way can you think of to show the public that you're a person with bigger than personal interest? That you're a person with bigger than personal interest. Princess. Oh, yes, but not true. Chance. You could pretend it was true. Princess. If I didn't despise pretending. Chance. I understand. Time does it. Hardens people. Time in the world that you've lived in. Princess. What you want for yourself. Isn't that what you want? She looks at him, then goes to the phone. In phone. Cashier? Hello, cashier. This is the Princess Cosmonopoulos speaking. I'm sending down a young man to cash some traveler's checks for me. She hangs up. Chance. And I want to borrow your Cadillac for a while. Princess. What for, Chance? Chance. Posturing. I'm pretentious. I want to be seen in your car on the streets of St. Cloud. Drive all around town in it, blowing those long silver trumpets and dressed in the fine clothes you bought me. Can I? Princess. Chance, you're a lost little boy that I really would like to help find himself. Chance. I passed the screen test. Princess. Come here. Kiss me. I love you. She faces the audience. Did I say that? Did I mean it? Then to Chance with arms outstretched. What a child you are. Come here. He ducks under her arms and escapes to the chair. Chance. I want this big display. Big phony display in your around town. And a wad of dough to flash in their faces in the fine clothes you bought me. On me. Princess. Did I buy you fine clothes? Chance, picking up his jacket from the chair. The finest. When you stopped being lonely because of my company at that Palm Beach hotel, you bought me the finest. That's the deal for tonight. To toot those silver horns and drive slowly around in the Cadillac convertible, so everybody that thought I was washed up will see me. And if I have taken my false or true contract to flash in the faces of various people that called me washed up. All right, that's the deal. Tomorrow you'll get the car back and what's left of your money. Tonight's all that counts. Princess. How do you know that as soon as you walk out of this room I won't call the police? Chance. You wouldn't do that, Princess. He puts on his jacket. You'll find the car in back of the hotel parking lot, and the leftover dough will be in the glove compartment of the car. Princess. Where will you be? Chance. With my girl. Or nowhere. Princess. Chance, Wayne. This was not necessary, all this. I'm not a phony, and I wanted to be your friend. Chance. Go back to sleep. As far as I know, you're not a bad person, but you just got into bad company on this occasion. Princess. I am your friend, and I'm not a phony. Chance turns and goes to the steps. When will I see you? Chance at the top of the steps. I don't know. Maybe never. Princess. Never is a long time, Chance. I'll wait. She throws him a kiss. Chance. So long. The princess stands looking after him as the lights dim and the curtain closes. Act 2, Scene 1. The terrace of Boss Finley's house, which is a frame house of Victorian Gothic design, suggested by a door frame at the right and a single white column. As in the other scenes, there are no walls, the action occurring against the sky and sea cyclorama. The gulf is suggested by the brightness and the gulls crying, as in Act 1. There is only essential porch furniture, Victorian wicker but painted bone white. The men should also be wearing white or off-white suits. The tableau is all blue and white, as strict as a canvas of Georgia O'Keeffe's. At the rise of the curtain, Boss Finley is standing in the center and George Scudder nearby. Boss Finley. Chance Wayne had my daughter when she was 15. Scudder. That young. Boss. When she was 15, he had her. Know how I know? Some flashlight photos were made of her. Naked. On Diamond Key. Scudder. By Chance Wayne? Boss. My little girl was 15, barely out of her childhood when calling off stage. Charles? Charles enters. Boss. Call Miss Heavenly. Charles, concurrently. Miss Heavenly? Miss Heavenly, your daddy wants to see you. Charles leaves. Boss to Scudder. By Chance Wayne? Who the hell else do you reckon? I seen them. He had them developed by some studio in Pass Christian that made more copies of them than Chance Wayne ordered, and these photos were circulated. I seen them. That was when I first warned the son of a bitch to get and out of St. Cloud. But he's back in St. Cloud right now, I tell ya. Scudder. Boss, let me make a suggestion. Call off this rally. I mean, your appearance at it, and take it easy tonight. Go out on your boat. You and Heavenly take a sort of cruise on the Starfish. Boss. I'm not about to start sparing myself. Oh, I know I'll have me a coronary and go like that. But not because Chance Wayne had the unbelievable gall to come back to St. Cloud. Calling off stage. Tom Jr. Tom Jr. off stage. Yes, sir. Boss. Has he checked out yet? Tom Jr. entering. Hatcher says he called their room at the Royal Palms, and Chance Wayne answered the phone, and Hatcher says, Boss. Hatcher says, Who's Hatcher? Tom Jr. Dan Hatcher. Boss. I hate to expose my ignorance like this, but the name Dan Hatcher has no more meaning to me than the name of Hatcher, which is none whatsoever. Scudder. Quietly, deferentially. Hatcher. Dan Hatcher is the assistant manager of the Royal Palms Hotel, and the man that informed me this morning that Chance Wayne was back in St. Cloud. Boss. Is this Hatcher a talker, or can he keep his mouth shut? Scudder. I think I impressed him how important it is to handle this thing discreetly. Boss. Discreetly. Like you handled that operation you done on my daughter. So discreetly that a hillbilly heckler is shouting me questions about it wherever I speak. Scudder. I went to fantastic lengths to preserve the secrecy of that operation. Tom Jr. When Papa's upset, he hits out at anyone near him. Boss. I just want to know, has Wayne left? Tom Jr. Hatcher says that Chance Wayne told him that this old movie star that he's latched onto. Scudder. Alexandra Del Lago. Tom Jr. She's not well enough to travel. Boss. Okay, you're a doctor. Remove her to a hospital. Call an ambulance and haul her out to the Royal Palms Hotel. Scudder. Without her consent? Boss. Say she's got something contagious. Typhoid. Bubonic plague. Haul her out and slap a quarantine on her hospital door. That way you can separate them. We can remove Chance Wayne from St. Cloud as soon as this Miss Del Lago is removed from Chance Wayne. Scudder. I'm not so sure that's the right way to go about it. Boss. Okay, you think of a way. My daughter's no whore, but she had a whore's operation after the last time. I don't want him passing another night in St. Cloud. Tom Jr. Tom Jr. Yes, sir. Boss. I want him gone by tomorrow. Tomorrow commences at midnight. Tom Jr. I know what to do, Papa. Can I use the boat? Boss. Don't ask me. Don't tell me nothing. Tom Jr. Can I have the starfish tonight? Boss. I don't want to know how. Just go about it. Where's your sister? Charles appears on the gallery, points out Heavenly lying on the beach to Boss, and exits. Tom Jr. She's lying out on the beach like a dead body washed up on it. Boss. Calling. Heavenly. Tom Jr. George, I want you with me on this boat trip tonight, George. Boss. Calling. Heavenly. Scudder. I know what you mean, Tom Jr., but I couldn't be involved in it. I can't even know about it. Boss calling again. Heavenly. Tom Jr. Okay, don't be involved in it. There's a pretty fair doctor that lost his license for helping a girl out of trouble, and he won't be so goddamn finicky about doing this absolutely just thing. Scudder. I don't question the moral justification, which is complete without question. Tom Jr. Yeah, complete without question. Scudder. But I am a reputable doctor. I haven't lost my license. I'm chief of staff at the great hospital put up by your father. Tom Jr. I said don't know about it. Scudder. No, sir, I won't know about it. Boss starts to cough. I can't afford to, and neither can your father. Scudder goes to gallery writing prescription. Boss. Heavenly, come up here, sugar. Scudder. What's that you're writing? Scudder. Prescription for that cough. Boss. Tear it up. Throw it away. I've hawked and spit all my life, and I'll be hawking and spitting in the hereafter. You all can count on that. Auto horn is heard. Tom Jr. leaps up on the gallery and starts to leave. Papa, he's driving back by. Boss. Tom Jr. Tom Jr. stops. Tom Jr. Is Chance Wayne insane? Scudder. Is a criminal degenerate sane or insane is a question that lots of law courts haven't been able to settle. Boss. Take it to the Supreme Court. They'll hand you down a decision on that question. They'll tell you a handsome young criminal degenerate like Chance Wayne is the mental and moral equal of any white man in the country. Tom Jr. He stopped at the foot of the drive. Boss. Don't move. Don't move, Tom Jr. Tom Jr. I'm not moving, Papa. Chance, off stage. Aunt Nonny. Hey, Aunt Nonny. Boss. What's he shouting? Tom Jr. He's shouting at Aunt Nonny. Boss. Where is she? Tom Jr. Running up the drive like a dog track rabbit. Boss. He ain't following, is he? Tom Jr. Nope. He's drove away. Aunt Nonny appears before the veranda, terribly flustered, rooting in her purse for something, apparently blind to the men on the veranda. Boss. What you looking for, Nonny? Nonny, stopping short. Oh, I didn't notice you, Tom. I was looking for my door key. Boss. Door's open, Nonny. It's wide open like a church door. Nonny, laughing. Oh, Boss. Why didn't you answer that good-looking boy in the Cadillac car that shouted at you, Nonny? Nonny. Oh, I hoped you hadn't seen him. Draws a deep breath and comes on to the terrace, closing her white purse. That was Chance Wayne. He's back in St. Cloud. He's at the Royal Palms. Boss, why did you snub him like that, after all these years of devotion? Nonny. I went to the Royal Palms to warn him not to stay here, but... Boss, he was out showing off in that big white Cadillac with the trumpet horns on it. Nonny. I left a message for him. Tom Jr. What was the message, Aunt Nonny? Love and kisses? Nonny. Just get out of St. Cloud right away, Chance. Tom Jr. He's going to get out, but not in that fishtail caddy. Nonny to Tom Jr. I hope you don't mean violence. Turning to Boss. Does he, Tom? Violence don't solve problems. It never solves young people's problems. If you will leave it to me, I'll get him out of St. Cloud. I can. I will. I promise. I don't think Heavenly knows he's back in St. Cloud. Tom, you know, Heavenly says it wasn't chance that... She says it wasn't chance. Boss. You're like your dead sister, Nonny. Gullible as my wife was. You don't know a lie if you bump into it on a street in the daytime. Now go out there and tell Heavenly I want to see her. Nonny. Tom, she's not well enough to... Boss. Nonny, you got a whole lot to answer for. Nonny. Have I? Boss. Yes, you sure have, Nonny. You favored Chance Wayne, encouraged, aided, and abetted him in his corruption of Heavenly over a long, long time. You go get her. You sure do have a lot to answer for. You've got a hell of a lot to answer for. Nonny. I remember when Chance was the finest, nicest, sweetest boy in St. Cloud. And he stayed that way till you... Boss, go get her. Go get her. She leaves by the far side of the terrace. After a moment, her voice is heard calling, Heavenly? Heavenly? It's a curious thing, a mighty peculiar thing. How often that a man that rises to high public office is dragged back down by every soul he harbors under his roof. He harbors them under his roof, and they pull the roof down on him. Every last living one of them. Tom Jr. Does that include me, Papa? Boss. If the shoe fits, put it on ya. Tom Jr. How does that shoe fit me? Boss. If it pinches your foot, just slit it down the sides a little. It'll feel comfortable on you. Tom Jr. Papa, you are unjust. Boss, what do you want credit for? Tom Jr. I have devoted the past year to organizing the youth for Tom Finley clubs. Boss, I'm carrying Tom Finley Jr. on my ticket. Tom Jr. You're lucky to have me on it. Boss, how do you figure I'm lucky to have you on it? Tom Jr. I got more newspaper coverage in the last 6 months than. Boss. Once for drunk driving, and once for a stag party you thrown in Capital City that cost me $5,000 to hush it up. Tom Jr. You are so unjust. Boss, and everyone knows you had to be drove through school like a blaze-faced mule pulling a plow uphill. Flunked out of college with grades that only a moron would have an excuse for. Tom Jr. I got readmitted to college. Boss, at my insistence, by fake examinations, answers provided beforehand, stuck in your fancy pockets, and your promiscuity. Why, these youth for Tom Finley clubs are practically nothing but gangs of juvenile delinquents, wearing badges with my name and my photograph on them. Tom Jr. How about your well-known promiscuity, Papa? How about your Miss Lucy? Boss. Who is Miss Lucy? Tom Jr., laughing so hard he staggers. Who's Miss Lucy? You don't even know who she is. This woman you keep in a $50 a day hotel suite at the Royal Palms, Papa? Boss. What are you talking about? Tom Jr. That rides down the Gulfstream Highway with a motorcycle escort, blowing their sirens like the Queen of Sheba was going into New Orleans for the day? To use her charge accounts there? And you ask who's Miss Lucy? She don't even talk good of you. She says you're too old for a lover. Boss. That is a goddamn lie. Who says Miss Lucy says that? Tom Jr. She wrote it with lipstick on the ladies' room mirror at the Royal Palms. Boss. Wrote what? Tom Jr. I'll quote it to you exactly. Boss Finley, she wrote, is too old to cut the mustard. Pause. The two stags, the old and the young one, face each other, panting. Scudder has discreetly withdrawn to a far end of porch. Boss. I don't believe this story. Tom Jr. Don't believe it. Boss, I will check on it, however. Tom Jr. I already checked on it. Papa, why don't you get rid of her, huh, Papa? Boss Finley turns away, wounded, baffled, stares out at the audience with his old bloodshot eyes as if he thought that someone out there had shouted a question at him which he didn't quite hear. Boss, mind your own goddamn business. A man with a mission, which he holds sacred, and on the strength of which he rises to high public office, crucified in this way, publicly by his own offspring. Heavenly has entered on the gallery. Ah, here she is. Here's my little girl. Stopping Heavenly. You stay here, honey. I think you all had better leave me alone with Heavenly now. Huh, yeah. Tom Jr. and Scudder exit. Now, honey, you stay here. I want to have a talk with you. Heavenly. Papa, I can't talk now. Boss, it's necessary. Heavenly, I can't talk now. Boss. All right, don't talk, just listen. But she doesn't want to listen. Starts away. He would have restrained her forcibly if an old colored manservant, Charles, had not, at that moment, come out on the porch. He carries a stick, a hat, a package wrapped as a present, puts them on a table. Charles. It's 5 o'clock, Mr. Finley. Boss. Huh? Oh, thanks. Charles turns on a coach lamp by the door. This marks a formal division in the scene. The light change is not realistic. The light doesn't seem to come from the coach lamp, but from a spectral radiance in the sky, flooding the terrace. The sea wind sings. Heavenly lifts her face to it. Later that night may Later that night may be stormy, but now there is just a quickness and freshness coming in from the Gulf. Heavenly is always looking that way, toward the Gulf, so that the light from a point lookout catches her face with its repeated soft stroke of clarity. In her father, a sudden dignity is revived. Looking at his very beautiful daughter, he becomes almost stately. He approaches her soon as the colored man returns inside, like an aged courtier comes deferentially up to the crown princess or infanta. It's important not to think of his attitude toward her in the terms of crudely conscious incestual feeling, but just in the natural terms of almost any aging father's feeling for a beautiful young daughter who reminds him of a dead wife that he desired intensely when she was the age of his daughter. At this point, there might be a phrase of stately Mozartian music suggesting a court dance. The flagged terrace may suggest the parquet floor of a ballroom, and the two players' movements may suggest the stately formal movements of a court dance of that time. But if this effect is used, it should be just a suggestion. The change toward stylization ought to be held in check. Boss, you're still a beautiful girl. Heavenly, am I, Papa? Boss, of course you are. Looking at you, nobody could guess that. Heavenly laughs. The embalmers must have done a good job on me, Papa. Boss, you gotta quit talking like that. Then, seeing Charles, will you get back in the house? Phone rings. Charles, yes, sir. I was just. But go on in. If that phone call is for me, in only. I'm in only to the governor of the state and the president of Tidewater Oil Corporation. Charles, offstage. It's for Miss Heavenly again. Boss, say she ain't in. Charles, sorry, she ain't in. Heavenly has moved upstage to the low parapet or sea wall that separates the courtyard and lawn from the beach. It is early dusk. The coach lamp has cast a strange light on the setting, which is neo-romantic. Heavenly stops by an ornamental urn containing a tall fern that the salty Gulf wind has stripped nearly bare. The boss follows her, baffled. Boss. Honey, you say and do things in the presence of people as if you had no regard of the fact that people have ears to hear you and tongues to repeat what they hear. And so you become an issue. Heavenly. Become what, Papa? Boss. A issue. Subject of talk, of scandal, which can defeat the mission that. Heavenly. Don't give me your voice of God speech. Papa, there was a time when you could have saved me by letting me marry a boy that was still young and clean. But instead you drove him away, drove him out of St. Cloud. And when he came back, you took me out of St. Cloud and tried to force me to marry a 50-year-old moneybag that you wanted something out of. Boss. Now, honey. Heavenly. And then another. All of them ones you wanted something out of. I'd gone, so Chance went away. Tried to compete. Make himself big as these big shots you wanted to use me for a bond with. He went. He tried. The right doors wouldn't open. And so he went in the wrong ones. And Papa, you married for love. Why wouldn't you let me do it? While I was alive inside. And the boy still clean. Still decent. Boss, are you reproaching me for. Heavenly, shouting. Yes, I am, Papa, I am. You married for love, but you wouldn't let me do it. And even though you'd done it, you broke Mama's heart. Miss Lucy had been your mistress. Boss. Who is Miss Lucy? Heavenly. Oh, Papa. She was your mistress long before Mama died. And Mama was just a front for you. Can I go in now, Papa? Can I go in now? Boss. No. No, not until I'm through with you. What a terrible, terrible thing for my baby to say. He takes her in his arms. Tomorrow morning, when the big after Easter sales commence in the stores, I'm going to send you in town with a motorcycle escort, straight to the Maison Blanche. When you arrive at the store, I want you to go directly up to the office of Mr. Harvey C. Petrie and tell him to give you an unlimited credit there. Then go down and outfit yourself as if you was buying a trousseau to marry the Prince of Monaco. Purchase a full wardrobe, including furs. Keep them in storage until winter. Gown, 3, 4, 5, the most lavish. Slippers, hell, pairs and pairs of them. Not one hat, but a dozen. I made a pile of dough on the deal involving the sale of rights to oil underwater here lately. And baby, I want you to buy a piece of jewelry. Now, about that, you better tell Harvey to call me. Or better still, maybe Miss Lucy had better help you select it. She's wise as a back house rat when it comes to a stone. That's for sure. Now, where'd I buy that clip that I gave your mama? Do you remember the clip I bought your mama? Last thing I give your mama before she died. I knowed she was dying when I bought her that clip, and I bought that clip for $15,000, mainly to make her think she was going to get well. When I pinned it on her on the nightgown she was wearing, that poor thing started crying. She said, "For God's sake, boss, what does a dying woman want with such a big diamond?" I said to her, "Honey, look at the price tag on it. What does that price tag say? See them 5 figures? That 1 and that 5 and them 3 aughts on there." Now, honey, it makes sense, I told her. If you was dying, if there was any chance of it, would I invest 15 grand in a diamond clip to pin on the neck of a shroud? That made the old lady laugh. And she sat up as bright as a little bird in that bed with the diamond clip on, receiving callers all day, and laughing and chatting with them with that diamond clip on inside. And she died before midnight with that diamond clip on her. And not till the very last minute did she believe that the diamonds wasn't a proof that she wasn't dying. He moves to terrace, takes off robe, and starts to put on tuxedo coat. Heavenly. Did you bury her with it? Boss. Bury her with it? Hell no. I took it back to the jewelry store in the morning. Heavenly. Then it didn't cost you 15 grand after all. Boss. Hell did I care what it cost me. I'm not a small man. I wouldn't have cared one hoot if it cost me $1 million. If at that time I had that kind of loot in my pockets, it would have been worth that money to see that one little smile your mama bird gave me at noon of the day she was dying. Heavenly. I guess that demonstrates very clearly that you have got a pretty big heart after all. Boss. Who doubts it then? Who? Whoever. He laughs. Heavenly starts to laugh and then screams hysterically. She starts going toward the house. Boss throws down his cane and grabs her. Just a minute, Missy. Stop it. Stop it. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. Last week in New Bethesda, when I was speaking on the threat of desegregation to white women's chastity in the South, some heckler in the crowd shouted out, "Hey, Boss Finley, how about your daughter? How about that operation you had done on your daughter at the Thomas J. Finley Hospital in St. Cloud? Did she put on black and mourning for her appendix?" Same heckler, same question when I spoke in the Coliseum at the state capitol. Heavenly. What was your answer to him? Boss. He was removed from the hall at both places and roughed up a little outside it. Heavenly. Papa, you have got an illusion of power. Boss. I have power, which is not an illusion. Heavenly. Papa, I'm sorry my operation has brought this embarrassment on you, but can you imagine it, Papa? I felt worse than embarrassed when I found out that Dr. George Scudder's knife had cut the youth out of my body, made me an old childless woman, dry, cold, empty like an old woman. I feel as if I ought to rattle like a dead, dried up vine when the Gulf wind blows, but, Papa, I won't embarrass you anymore. I've made up my mind about something. If they'll let me, accept me, I'm going into a convent. Boss, shouting. You ain't going into no convent. This state is a Protestant region, and a daughter in a convent would politically ruin me. Oh, I know you took your mama's religion because in your heart you always wished to defy me. Now, tonight I'm addressing the Youth for Tom Finley clubs in the ballroom of the Royal Palms Hotel. My speech is going out over a national TV network. And Missy, you're going to march in the ballroom on my arm. You're going to be wearing the stainless white of a virgin with a Youth for Tom Finley button on one shoulder and a corsage of lilies on the other. You're going to be on the speaker's platform with me. You on one side of me and Tom Jr. on the other. To scotch these rumors about your corruption. And you're going to wear a proud, happy smile on your face. You're going to stare straight out at the crowd in the ballroom with pride and joy in your eyes. Looking at you, all in white like a virgin, nobody would dare to speak or believe the ugly stories about you. I'm relying a great deal on this campaign to bring in young voters for the crusade I'm leading. I'm all that stands between the South and the black days of Reconstruction. And you and Tom Jr. are going to stand there beside me in the grand crystal ballroom as shining examples of white Southern youth in danger. Heavenly, defiant. Papa, I'm not going to do it. Boss, I didn't say would you. I said you would, and you will. Heavenly, suppose I still say I won't. Boss, then you won't. That's all. If you won't, you won't. But there would be consequences you might not like. Phone rings. Chance Wayne is back in St. Cloud. Charles, offstage. Mr. Finley's residence. Miss Heavenly? Sorry, she's not in. Boss, I'm going to remove him. He's going to be removed from St. Cloud. How do you want him to leave? In that white Cadillac he's riding around in? Or in the scow that totes the garbage out to the dumping place in the Gulf? Heavenly. You wouldn't dare. Boss, you want to take a chance on it? Charles enters. That call was for you again, Miss Heavenly. Boss. A lot of people approve of taking violent action against corruptors, and on all of them that want to adulterate the pure white blood of the South. Hell, when I was 15, I come down barefoot out of the red clay hills as if the voice of God called me, which it did, I believe. I firmly believe he called me, and nothing, nobody, nowhere is going to stop me, never. He motions to Charles for gift. Charles hands it to him. Thank you, Charles. I'm going to pay me an early call on Miss Lucy. A sad, uncertain note has come into his voice on this final line. He turns and plods warily, doggedly off at left. The curtain falls. House remains dark for short intermission. Scene 2. A corner of cocktail lounge and of outside gallery of the Royal Palms Hotel. This corresponds in style to the bedroom set. Victorian with Moorish influence. Royal palms are projected on the cyclorama, which is deep violet with dusk. There are Moorish arches between gallery and interior. Over the single table, inside, is suspended the same lamp, stained glass and ornately wrought metal that hung in the bedroom. Perhaps on the gallery there is a low stone balustrade that supports, where steps descend into the garden, an electric light standard with 5 branches and pear-shaped globes of a dim pearly luster. Somewhere out of the sight lines, an entertainer plays a piano or novichord. The interior table is occupied by two couples that represent society in St. Cloud. They are contemporaries of Chance's. Behind the bar is Stuff, who feels the dignity of his recent advancement from drugstore soda fountain to the Royal Palms cocktail lounge. He has on a white mess jacket, a scarlet cummerbund, and light blue trousers, flatteringly close-fitted. Chance Wayne was once barman here. Stuff moves with an indolent male grace that he may have unconsciously remembered admiring in Chance. Boss Finley's mistress, Miss Lucy, enters the cocktail lounge dressed in a ball gown elaborately ruffled and very bouffant, like an antebellum Southern belles. A single blonde curl is arranged to switch girlishly at one side of her sharp little terrier face. She is outraged over something, and her glare is concentrated on Stuff, who plays it cool behind the bar. Stuff. Evening, Miss Lucy. Miss Lucy. I wasn't allowed to sit at the banquet table. No, I was put at a little side table with a couple of state legislators and wives. She sweeps behind the bar in a proprietary fashion. Where's your Grant's 12-year-old? Hey, do you have a big mouth? I used to remember a kid that jerked sodas at Walgreens that had a big mouth. Put some ice in this. Is yours big, huh? I want to tell you something. Stuff. What's the matter with your finger? She catches him by his scarlet cummerbund. Miss Lucy, I'm going to tell you just now. The boss came over to me with a big candy Easter egg for me. The top of the egg unscrewed. He told me to unscrew it, so I unscrewed it. Inside was a little blue velvet jewel box. No, not little. A big one. As big as somebody's mouth, too. Stuff. Whose mouth? Miss Lucy. The mouth of somebody who's not 100 miles from here. Stuff. Going off at the left. I gotta set my chairs. Stuff re-enters at once, carrying 2 chairs. Sets them at tables while Miss Lucy talks. Miss Lucy. I open the jewel box and start to remove the great big diamond clip in it. I just got my fingers on it and start to remove it, and the old son of a bitch slams the lid box on my fingers. One fingernail is still blue. And the boss says to me, now go downstairs to the cocktail lounge and go in the ladies' room and describe this diamond clip with lipstick on the ladies' room mirror down there. Huh? And he put the jewel box in his pocket and slammed the door so hard going out of my suite that a picture fell off the wall. Stuff. Setting the chairs at the table. Miss Lucy, you are the one that said, I wish you would see what's written with lipstick on the ladies' room mirror last Saturday night. Miss Lucy. To you, because I thought I could trust you. Stuff. Other people were here and all of them heard it. Miss Lucy. Nobody but you at the bar belonged to the Youth for Boss Finley Club. Both stop short. They have noticed a tall man who has entered the cocktail lounge. He has the length and leanness and luminous pallor of a face that El Greco gave to his saints. He has a small bandage near the hairline. His clothes are country. Hey, you. Heckler. Evening, ma'am. Miss Lucy. You with the Hillbilly Ramblers? You with the band? Heckler. I'm a hillbilly, but I'm not with no band. He notices Mrs. Lucy's steady, interested stare. Stuff leaves with a tray of drinks. Miss Lucy. What do you want here? Heckler. I come to hear Boss Finley talk. His voice is clear but strained. He rubs his large Adam's apple as he speaks. Miss Lucy. You can't get in the ballroom without a jacket and a tie on. I know who you are. You're the heckler, aren't you? Heckler. I don't heckle. I just ask questions. One question or two or three questions, depending on how much time it takes them to grab me and throw me out of the hall. Miss Lucy. Those questions are loaded questions. You gonna repeat them tonight? Heckler. Yes, ma'am, if I can get in the ballroom and make myself heard. Miss Lucy. What's wrong with your voice? Heckler. When I shouted my question in New Bethesda last week, I got hit in the Adam's apple with the butt of a pistol, and that affected my voice. It still ain't good, but it's better. Starts to go. Miss Lucy goes to the back of the bar where she gets a jacket, the kind kept in places with dress regulations, and throws it to Heckler. Wait. Here, put this on. The boss is talking on national TV hookup tonight. There's a tie in the pocket. You sit perfectly still at the bar till the boss starts speaking. Keep your face back of this evening banner, okay? Heckler, opening the paper in front of his face. I thank you. Miss Lucy. I thank you too, and I wish you more luck than you're likely to have. Stuff re-enters and goes to the back of the bar. Fly, entering on the gallery. Paging Chance Wayne. Auto horn off stage. Mr. Chance Wayne, please. Paging Chance Wayne. He leaves. Miss Lucy, to Stuff, who has re-entered. Is Chance Wayne back in St. Cloud? Stuff. You remember Alexandra Del Lago? Miss Lucy, I guess I do. I was president of her local fan club. Why? Chance, offstage. Hey boy, park that car up front and don't wrinkle them fenders. Stuff. She and Chance Wayne checked in here last night. Miss Lucy. Well, I'll be a dog's mother. I'm going to look into that. Lucy exits. Chance, entering and crossing to the bar. Hey, Stuff. He takes a cocktail off the bar and sips it. Stuff. Put that down. This ain't no cocktail party. Chance. Man, don't you know? Nobody drinks gin martinis with olives. Everybody drinks vodka martinis with lemon twist nowadays. Except the squares in St. Cloud. When I had your job, when I was the barman here at the Royal Palms, I created that uniform you've got on. I copied it from an outfit Vic Mature wore in the Foreign Legion picture. And I looked better in it than he did, and almost as good in it as you do. Aunt Nani, who has entered it right. Chance? Chance. Chance. Aunt Nani! To Stuff. Hey, I want a tablecloth on that table and a bucket of champagne. Mum's cordon rouge. Aunt Nani. You come out here. Chance. But I just ordered champagne in here. Suddenly his effusive manner collapses as she stares at him gravely. Aunt Nani. I can't be seen talking to you. She leads him to one side of the stage. A light change has occurred which has made it a royal palm grove with a bench. They cross to it solemnly. Stuff busies himself at the bar, which is barely lit. After a moment, he exits with a few drinks to main body of the cocktail lounge off left. Bar music. Quiereme mucho. Quiereme mucho. Chance, following her. Why? Aunt Nani. I've got just one thing to tell you, Chance. Get out of St. Cloud. Chance. Why does everybody treat me like a low criminal in the town I was born in? Aunt Nani. Ask yourself that question. Ask your conscience that question. Chance. What question? Aunt Nani. You know and I know you know. Chance. Know what? Aunt Nani. I'm not going to talk about it. I just can't talk about it. Your head and your tongue run wild. You can't be trusted. We have to live in St. Cloud. Chance, why have you changed like you've changed? Why do you live on nothing but wild dreams now and have no address where anybody can reach you in time to reach you? Chance. Wild dreams? Yes, isn't life a wild dream? I never heard a better description of it. He takes a pill and a swallow from a flask. Aunt Nani. What did you just take, Chance? You took something out of your pocket and washed it down with liquor. Chance. Yes, I took a wild dream and washed it down with another wild dream, Aunt Nani. That's my life now. Aunt Nani. Why, son? Chance. Oh, Aunt Nani, for God's sake, have you forgotten what was expected of me? Aunt Nani. People that loved you expected just one thing of you: sweetness and honesty, and stuff leaves with a tray. Chance, kneeling at her side. No, not after the brilliant beginning I made. Why, at 17 I put on, directed, and played the leading role in The Valiant, that one-act play that won the state drama contest. Heavenly played in it with me. And have you forgotten? You went with us at the girls' chaperone to the national contest held at Aunt Nani. Son, of course I remember. Chance. In the parlor car? How we sang together? Aunt Nani. You were in love even then. Chance. God, yes, we were in love. He sings softly. If you like me like I like you, and we like both the same. Together. I'd like to say this very day, I'd like to change your name. Chance laughs softly, wildly, in the cool light of the palm grove. Aunt Nani rises abruptly. Chance catches her hands. Aunt Nani. You do take unfair advantage. Chance. Aunt Nani, we didn't win that lousy national contest. We just placed second. Aunt Nani. Chance, you didn't place second. You got honorable mention. Fourth place, except it was just called honorable mention. Chance. Just honorable mention. But in a national contest, honorable mention means something. We would have won it, but I blew my lines. Yes, I that put on and produced the damn thing couldn't even hear the damn lines being hissed at me by that fat girl with the book in the wings. He buries his face in his hands. Aunt Nani. I loved you for that, son. And so did Heavenly, too. Chance. It was on the way home in the train that she and I... Aunt Nani, with a flurry of feeling. I know, Chance, rising. I bribed the Pullman conductor to let us use for an hour a vacant compartment on that sad homegoing train. Aunt Nani. I know, Chance. Gave him $5, but that wasn't enough. And so I gave him my wristwatch and my collar pin and tie clip and signet ring and my suit that I bought on credit to go to the contest. First suit I'd ever put on that cost more than $30. Aunt Nani. Don't go back over that. Chance. To buy the first hour of love that we had together. When she undressed, I saw that her body was just then barely beginning to be a woman's, and Aunt Nani. Stop, Chance. Chance. I said, oh, Heavenly. No. But she said yes. And I cried in her arms that night and didn't know that what I was crying for was youth that would go. Aunt Nani. It was from that time on you've changed. Chance. I swore in my heart that I'd never again come in second in any contest. Especially not now that Heavenly was my... Aunt Nani looked at this contract. He snatches out papers and lights a lighter. Aunt Nani. I don't want to see false papers. Chance. These are genuine papers. Look at the notary's seal and the signatures of the 3 witnesses on them. Aunt Nani, do you know who I'm with? I'm with Alexandra del Lago. The Princess Cosmonopolis is my... Aunt Nani. Is your what? Chance. Patroness. Agent. Producer. She hasn't been seen much lately, but still has influence, power, and money. Money that can open all doors. That I've knocked at all these years till my knuckles are bloody. Aunt Nani. Chance. Even now, if you came back here simply saying, I couldn't remember the lines, I lost the contest, I failed. But you've come back here again with... Chance. Will you just listen 1 minute more? Aunt Nani, here's the plan. A local contest of beauty. Aunt Nani. Oh, Chance. Chance. A local contest of talent that she will win. Aunt Nani. Who? Chance. Heavenly. Aunt Nani. No, Chance. She's not young now. She's faded. Chance. Nothing goes that quick. Not even youth. Aunt Nani. Yes, it does. Chance. It will come back like magic. Soon as I. Aunt Nani. For what? For a fake contest? Chance. For love. The moment I hold her. Aunt Nani. Chance. Chance. It's not going to be a local thing, Aunt Nani. It's going to get national coverage. The Princess Cosmonopolis's best friend is that sob sister, Sally Powers. Even you know Sally Powers. Most powerful movie columnist in the world, whose name is Law in the Motion. Aunt Nani. Chance, lower your voice. Chance. I want people to hear me. Aunt Nani. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if your voice gets to Boss Finley, you'll be in great danger, Chance. Chance. I go back to Heavenly or I don't. I live or die. There's nothing in between for me. Aunt Nani. What you want to go back to is your clean, unashamed youth. And you can't. Chance. You still don't believe me, Aunt Nani. Aunt Nani. No, I don't. Please go. Go away from here, Chance. Chance. Please. Aunt Nani. No. No, go away. Chance. Where to? Where can I go? This is the home of art. Don't make me homeless. Aunt Nani. Oh, Chance. Chance. Aunt Nani, please. Aunt Nani rises and starts to go. I'll write to you. Send me an address. I'll write to you. She exits through bar. Stuff enters and moves to bar. Chance. Aunt Nani. She's gone. Chance removes a pint bottle of vodka from his pocket and something else which he washes down with the vodka. He stands back as two couples come up the steps and cross the gallery into the bar. They sit at a table. Chance takes a deep breath. Fly enters lighted area inside, singing out, paging Dr. Chance Wayne, paging Mr. Chance Wayne, turns about smartly and goes back out through lobby. The name has stirred a commotion at the bar and table visible inside. Edna. Did you hear that? Is Chance Wayne back in St. Cloud? Chance draws a deep breath. Then he stalks back into the main part of the cocktail lounge like a matador entering a bull ring. Violet. My God. Yes, there he is. Chance reads Fly's message. Chance. To Fly. Not now. Later. Later. The entertainer off left begins to play a piano. The evening in the cocktail lounge is just beginning. Fly leaves through the gallery. Well, same old place, same old gang. Time doesn't pass in St. Cloud. To Bud and Scotty. Hi. Bud, how are you? Chance shouting off stage. Fly enters and stands on terrace. Hey, Jackie. Piano stops. Chance crosses over to the table that holds the foursome. Remember my song? Do you remember my song? You see, he remembers my song. The entertainer swings into It's a Big, Wide, Wonderful World. Now I feel at home, in my hometown. Come on, everybody, sing. This token of apparent acceptance reassures him. The foursome at the table on stage studiously ignore him. He sings, When you're in love, you're a master of all you survey. You're a gay Santa Claus. There's a great big star-spangled sky up above you. When you're in love, you're a hero. Come on, sing, everybody. In the old days they did. Now they don't. He goes on, singing a bit, then his voice dies out of a note of embarrassment. Somebody at the bar whispers something, and another laughs. Chance chuckles uneasily and says, "What's wrong here? The place is dead." Stuff. You've been away too long, Chance. Chance. Is that the trouble? Stuff. That's all. Jackie, off, finishes with an arpeggio. The piano lid slams. There is a curious hush in the bar. Chance looks at the table. Violet whispers something to Bud. Both girls rise abruptly and cross out of the bar. Bud, yelling at Stuff. Check, Stuff. Chance, with exaggerated surprise. Well, Bud and Scotty, I didn't see you at all. Wasn't that Violet and Edna at your table? He sits at the table between Bud and Scotty. Scotty, I guess I didn't recognize you, Chance. Bud, Violet did. Scotty, did Violet? Bud, she said, "My God, Chance Wayne." Scotty, that's recognition and profanity, too. Chance, I don't mind. I've been snubbed by experts, and I've done some snubbing myself. Hey! Miss Lucy has entered at left. Chance sees her and goes toward her. Is that Miss Lucy or is that Scarlett O'Hara? Miss Lucy. Hello there, Chance Wayne. Somebody said that you were back in St. Cloud, but I didn't believe them. I said I'd have to see it with my own eyes before. Usually there's an item in the paper, in Gwen Phillips's column saying St. Cloud Youth Home on a visit is slated to play featured role in important new picture. And me, being a movie fan, I'm always thrilled by it. She ruffles his hair. Chance, never do that to a man with thinning hair. Chance's smile is unflinching. It gets harder and brighter. Miss Lucy, is your hair thinning, baby? Maybe that's the difference I noticed in your appearance. Don't go away till I get back with my drink. She goes to the back of bar to mix herself a drink. Meanwhile, Chance combs his hair. Scotty to Chance. Don't throw away those golden hairs you combed out, Chance. Save 'em and send 'em each in letters to your fan clubs. Bud. Does Chance Wayne have a fan club? Scotty. The most patient one in the world. They've been waiting years for him to show up on the screen for more than 5 seconds in a crowd scene. Miss Lucy returning to the table. You know, this boy Chance Wayne used to be so attractive I couldn't stand it. But now I can. Almost stand it. Every Sunday in summer I used to drive out to the municipal beach and watch him dive off the high tower. I'd take binoculars with me when he put on those free diving exhibitions. You still dive, Chance? Or have you given that up? Chance, uneasily. I did some diving last Sunday. Miss Lucy. Good, as ever? Chance. I was a little off form, but the crowd didn't notice. I can still get away with a double-back somersault and Miss Lucy. Where was this? In Palm Beach, Florida, Chance? Hatcher enters. Chance, stiffening. Why Palm Beach? Why there? Miss Lucy. Who was it said they seen you last month in Palm Beach? Oh, yeah. Hatcher. That you had a job as a beach boy at some big hotel there? Hatcher. Stops at steps of the terrace, then leaves across the gallery. Yeah, that's what I heard. Chance. Had a job as a beach boy? Stuff. Rubbing oil into big fat millionaires. Chance. What joker thought up that one? His laugh is a little too loud. Scotty. You ought to get their names and sue them for slander. Chance. I long ago gave up tracking down sources of rumors about me. Of course, it's gratifying to know that you're still being talked about in your old hometown, even if what they say is completely fantastic. Entertainer returns. Sweeps into Quiéreme mucho. Miss Lucy. Baby, you've changed in some way, but I can't put my finger on it. You all see a change in him, or has he just gotten older? She sits down next to Chance. Chance, quickly. To change is to live, Miss Lucy. To live is to change, and not to change is to die. You know that, don't you? It used to scare me sometimes. I'm not scared of it now. Are you scared of it, Miss Lucy? Does it scare you? Behind Chance's back, one of the girls has appeared and signaled the boys to join them outside. Scotty nods and holds up two fingers to mean they'll come in a couple of minutes. The girl goes back out with an angry head toss. Scotty. Chance, did you know Boss Finley was holding a Youth for Tom Finley rally upstairs tonight? Chance. I saw the announcements of it all over town. Bud. He's going to state his position on that emasculation business that stirred up such a mess in the state. Had you heard about that? Chance. No. Scotty. He must have been up in some Earth satellite if he hasn't heard about that. Chance. No, just out of St. Cloud. Scotty. Well, they picked out some at a random and castrated the bastard to show they mean business about white women's protection in this state. Bud. Some people think they went too far about it. There's been a whole lot of northern agitation all over the country. Scotty. The boss is going to state his own position about that thing before the Youth for Boss Friendly rally upstairs in the Crystal Ballroom. Chance. Oh, tonight? Stuff. Yeah, tonight. Bud. They say that Heavenly Finley and Tom Jr. are going to be standing on the platform with him. Page boy entering. Paging Chance Wayne. Paging. He is stopped short by Edna. Chance. I doubt that story somehow. I doubt that story. Scotty. You doubt they cut that guy? Chance. Oh no, I don't doubt. You know what that is, don't you? Sex envy is what that is. And the revenge for sex envy, which is a widespread disease that I have run into personally too often for me to doubt its existence or any manifestation. The group push back their chairs, snubbing him. Chance takes the message from the page boy, reads it, and throws it on the floor. Hey, Stuff. What do you have to do? Stand on your head to get a drink around here? Later. Tell her. Miss Lucy, can you get that Walgreens soda jerk to give me a shot of vodka on the rocks? She snaps her fingers at Stuff. She shrugs and sloshes some vodka on ice. Miss Lucy. Chance, you're too loud, baby. Chance. Not loud enough, Miss Lucy. No. What I meant that I doubt is that Heavenly Finley, that only I know in St. Cloud, would stoop to stand on a platform next to her father while he explains and excuses on TV this random emasculation of a young guy caught on a street after midnight. Chance is speaking with an almost incoherent excitement, one knee resting on the seat of his chair, swaying the chair back and forth. The heckler lowers his newspaper from his face. A slow, fierce smile spreads over his face as he leans forward with the tensed throat muscles to catch Chance's burst of oratory. No, that's what I do not believe. If I believed it, I'd give you a diving exhibition. I'd dive off Municipal Pier and swim straight out to Diamond Key and past it, and keep on swimming till sharks and barracuda took me for live bait, brother. His chair topples over backward, and he sprawls to the floor. The heckler springs up to catch him. Miss Lucy springs up too and sweeps between Chance and the heckler, pushing the heckler back with a quick warning look or gesture. Nobody notices the heckler. Chance scrambles back to his feet, flushed, laughing. Bud and Scotty outlaugh him. Chance picks up his chair and continues. The laughter stops. Because I have come back to St. Cloud to take her out of St. Cloud. Where I'll take her is not to a place anywhere except to her place in my heart. He has removed a pink capsule from his pocket, quickly and furtively, and drunk it down with his vodka. Bud. Chance, what did you swallow just now? Chance. Some 100 proof vodka? Bud. You washed something down with it you took out of your pocket. Scotty. Like a little pink pill. Chance. Oh, yes, I washed down a goofball. You want one? I got a bunch of them. I always carry them with me. When you're not having fun, it makes you have it. When you're having fun, it makes you have more of it. Have one and see. Scotty. Don't that damage the brain? Chance. No, the contrary. It stimulates the brain cells. Scotty. Don't it make your eyes look different, Chance? Miss Lucy. Maybe that's what I noticed, as if wishing to change the subject. Chance, I wish you'd settle an argument for me. Chance. What argument, Miss Lucy? Miss Lucy. About who you're traveling with. I heard you checked in here with a famous old movie star. They all stare at him. In a way, he now has what he wants. He's the center of attention. Everybody is looking at him, even though with hostility, suspicion, and a cruel sense of sport. Chance. Miss Lucy, I'm traveling with the vice president and major stockholder of the film studio which just signed me. Miss Lucy. Wasn't she once in the movies and very well known? Chance. She was, and still is, and never will cease to be an important, a legendary figure in the picture industry, here and all over the world, and I am now under personal contract to her. Miss Lucy. What's her name, Chance? Chance. She doesn't want her name known. Like all great figures world known, she doesn't want or need and refuses to have the wrong type of attention. Privacy is a luxury to great stars. Don't ask me her name. I respect her too much to speak her name at this table. I am obligated to her because she has shown faith in me. It took a long, hard time to find that sort of faith in my talent that this woman has shown me, and I refuse to betray it at this table. His voice rises. He is already high. Miss Lucy. Baby, why are you sweating and your hands shaking so? You're not sick, are you? Chance. Sick? Who's sick? I'm the least sick one you know. Miss Lucy. Well, baby, you know you oughtn't stay in St. Cloud. You know that, don't you? I couldn't believe my ears when I heard you were back here. To the two boys. Could you all believe he was back here? Scotty. What did you come back for? Chance. I wish you would give me one reason why I shouldn't come back to visit the grave of my mother and pick out a monument for her, and share my happiness with a girl that I've loved many years. It's her, Heavenly Finley, that I've fought my way up for. And now that I've made it, the glory will be hers too. And I've just about persuaded the powers to be to let her appear with me in a picture I've signed for. Because Bud. What is the name of this picture? Chance. Name of it? Youth. Bud. Just Youth? Chance. Isn't that a great title for a picture introducing young talent? You all look doubtful. If you don't believe me, well, look at this contract. Removes it from his pocket. Scotty. You carry the contract with you? Chance. I just happen to have it in this jacket pocket. Miss Lucy. Leaving, Scotty? Scotty has risen from the table. Scotty. It's getting too deep at this table. Bud. The girls are waiting. Chance. Quickly. Gee, Bud, that's a clean set of rags you're wearing. But let me give you a tip for your tailor. A guy of medium stature looks better with natural shoulders. The padding cuts down your height, it broadens your figure, and gives you a sort of squat look. Bud. Thanks, Chance. Scotty. You got any helpful hints for my tailor, Chance? Chance. Scotty, there's no tailor on earth that can disguise a sedentary occupation. Miss Lucy. Chance, baby. Chance. You still work down at the bank? You sit on your can all day, counting century notes, and once every week they let you slip one in your pockets? That's a fine setup, Scotty, if you're satisfied with it. But it's starting to give you a little pot in a can. A Violet appears in the door, angry. Bud, Scotty, come on. Scotty, I don't get by on my looks, but I drive my own car. It isn't a caddy, but it's my own car. And if my own mother died, I'd bury her myself. I wouldn't let a church take up a collection to do it. Violent, impatiently. Scotty, if y'all don't come now, I'm going home in a taxi. The two boys follow her into the palm garden. There they can be seen giving their wives cab money and indicating they are staying. Chance. The squares have left us, Miss Lucy. Miss Lucy. Yeah, Chance. Well, I didn't come back here to fight with old friends of mine. Well, it's 7:15. Miss Lucy. Is it? There are a number of men now sitting around in the darker corners of the bar looking at him. They are not ominous in their attitudes. They are simply waiting for something. For the meeting to start upstairs. For something. Miss Lucy stares at Chance and the men, then again at Chance. Nearsightedly, her head cocked like a puzzled terrier's. Chance is discomfited. Chance. Yep. How is that Hickory Hollow for steaks? Is it still the best place in town for a steak? Stuff, answering the phone at the bar. Yeah, it's him. He's here. Looks at Chance ever so briefly, hangs up. Miss Lucy. Baby, I'll go to the check room and pick up my wrap and call for my car, and I'll drive you out to the airport. They've got an air taxi out there. A whirlybird taxi. A helicopter, you know. That'll hop you to New Orleans in 15 minutes. Chance. St. Cloud. What did I say to make you think I was? Miss Lucy. I thought you had sense enough to know that you'd better. Chance. Miss Lucy, you've been drinking. It's gone to your sweet little head. Miss Lucy. Think it over while I'm getting my wrap. You still got a friend in St. Cloud. Chance. I still have a girl in St. Cloud, and I'm not leaving without her. Page boy, off stage. Paging Chance Wayne. Mr. Chance Wayne, please. Princess, entering with page boy. Louder, young man, louder. Oh, never mind, here he is. But Chance has already rushed out into the gallery. The princess looks as if she had thrown on her clothes to escape a building on fire. Her blue sequined gown is unzipped or partially zipped. Her hair is disheveled, her eyes have a dazed, drugged brightness. She is holding up the eyeglasses with the broken lens, shakily, hanging onto her mink stole with the other hand. Her movements are unsteady. Miss Lucy. I know who you are. Alexandra del Lago. Loud whispering. A pause. Princess, on the step to the gallery. What? Chance! Miss Lucy. Honey, let me fix that zipper for you. Hold still just a second. Honey, let me take you upstairs. You mustn't be seen down here in this condition. Chance suddenly rushes in from the gallery. He conducts the princess outside. She is on the verge of panic. The princess rushes half down the steps to the palm garden, leans panting on the stone balustrade under the ornamental light standard with its 5 great pearls of light. The interior is dimmed as Chance comes out behind her. Princess. Chance! 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 Chance, softly. If you'd stayed upstairs, this wouldn't have happened to you. Princess. I did. I stayed. Chance. I told you to wait. Princess. I waited. Chance. Didn't I tell you to wait till I got back? Princess. I did. I waited forever. I waited forever for you. Then finally I heard those long, sad silver trumpets blowing through the palm garden, and then, Chance, the most wonderful thing has happened to me. Will you listen to me? Will you let me tell you? Miss Lucy to the group at the bar. Shh! Princess. Chance, when I saw you driving under the window with your head held high, with that terrible stiff-necked pride of the defeated, which I know so well, I knew that your comeback had been a failure like mine, and I felt something in my heart for you. That's a miracle, Chance. That's the wonderful thing that happened to me. I felt something for someone besides myself. That means my heart's still alive. At least some part of it is. Not all of my heart is dead yet. Part's alive still. Chance, please listen to me. I'm ashamed of this morning. I'll never degrade you again. I'll never degrade myself. You and me again, but I wasn't always this monster. Once I wasn't this monster. And what I felt in my heart when I saw you returning, defeated, to this palm garden, Chance, gave me hope that I could stop being a monster. Chance, you gotta help me stop being the monster that I was this morning. And you can do it. Can help me. I won't be ungrateful for it. I almost died this morning, suffocated in a panic. But even through my panic, I saw your kindness. I saw a true kindness in you that you have almost destroyed, but that's still there, a little. Chance, what kind of thing did I do? Princess, you gave my oxygen to me. Chance, anyone would do that. Princess, it could have taken you longer to give it to me. Chance, I'm not that kind of a monster. Princess, you're no kind of monster. You're just Chance. What? Princess, lost in the beanstalk country. The ogre's country at the top of the beanstalk. The country of the flesh-hungry, bloodthirsty ogre. Suddenly a voice is heard from off. Voice. Wayne? The call is distinct, but not loud. Chance hears it, but doesn't turn toward it. He freezes momentarily like a stag scenting hunters. Among the people gathered in the cocktail lounge, we see the speaker, Dan Hatcher. In appearance, dress, and manner, he is the apotheosis of the assistant hotel manager. About Chance's age, thin, blonde-haired, trim blonde mustache, suave, boyish, betraying an instinct for murder only by the ruby glass studs in his matching cufflinks and tie clip. Hatcher. Wayne! He steps forward a little, and at the same instant, Tom Jr. and Scotty appear behind him, just in view. Scotty strikes a match for Tom Jr.'s cigarette as they wait there. Chance suddenly gives the princess his complete and tender attention, putting an arm around her and turning her toward the Moorish arch to the bar entrance. Chance, loudly. I'll get you a drink, and then I'll take you upstairs. You're not well enough to stay down here. Hatcher, crossing quickly to the front of the stairs. Wayne! The call is too loud to ignore. Chance half turns and calls back. Chance. Who's that? Hatcher. Step down here a minute. Chance. Oh, Hatcher. I'll be right with you. Princess. Chance, don't leave me alone. At this moment, the arrival of Boss Finley is heralded by the sirens of several squad cars. The fourth stage is suddenly brightened from off left. Presumably the floodlights of the cars are arriving at the entrance to the hotel. This is the signal the men at the bar have been waiting for. Everybody rushes off left. In the hot light, all alone on stage is Chance. Behind him is the princess, and the heckler is at the bar. The entertainer plays a feverish tango. Now, off left, Boss Finley can be heard, his public personality very much on. Amid the flash of flashbulbs, we hear off. Boss. Off. Ha! Little bit, smile. Go on, smile for the birdie. Ain't she heavenly? Ain't that the right name for her? Heavenly. Off. Papa, I want to go in. At this instant, she runs in to face Chance. The heckler rises. For a long instant, Chance and Heavenly stand there. He on the steps leading to the palm garden and gallery. She in the cocktail lounge. They simply look at each other, the heckler between them. Then the boss comes in and seizes her by the arm. And there he is facing the heckler and Chance both. For a split second, he faces them, half lifts his cane to strike at them, but doesn't strike. Then pulls Heavenly back off left stage, where the photographing and interviews proceed during what follows. Chance has seen that Heavenly is going to go on the platform with her father. He stands there stunned. Princess. Chance! Chance? He turns to her blindly. Call the car and let's go. Everything's packed, even the tape recorder with my shameless voice on it. The heckler has returned to his position at the bar. Now Hatcher and Scotty and a couple of other of the boys have come out. The princess sees them and is silent. She's never been in anything like this before. Hatcher. Wayne, step down here, will you? Chance. What for? What do you want? Hatcher. Come down here, I'll tell you. Chance. You come up here and tell me. Tom Jr. Come on, you chicken gut bastard. Chance. Why, hello, Tom Jr. Why are you hiding down there? Tom Jr. You're hiding, not me, chicken gut. Chance. You're in the dark, not me. Hatcher. Tom Jr. wants to talk to you privately down here. Chance. He can talk to me privately up here. Tom Jr. Hatcher, tell him I'll talk to him in the washroom on the mezzanine floor. Chance. I don't hold conversations with people in washrooms. Tom Jr., infuriated, starts to rush forward. Men restrain him. What is all this, anyhow? It's fantastic. You all having a little conference there? I used to leave places when I was told to. Not now. That time's over. Now I leave when I'm ready. Hear that, Tom Jr.? Give your father that message. This is my town. I was born in St. Cloud. Not him. He was just called here. He was just called down from the hills to preach hate. I was born here to make love. Tell him about that difference between him and me and ask him which he thinks has more right to stay here. He gets no answer from the huddled little group which is restraining Tom Jr. from perpetrating murder right there in the cocktail lounge. After all, that would be a bad incident to precede the boss's all-South-wide TV appearance. And they all know it. Chance, at the same time, continues to taunt them. Tom Jr., what do you want me for? To pay me back for the ball game and picture show money I gave you when you were cutting your father's yard grass for $1 on Saturday? Thank me for the times I gave you my motorcycle and got you a girl to ride the buddy seat with you? Come here. I'll give you the keys to my caddy. I'll give you the price of any whore in St. Cloud. You still got credit with me because you're Heavenly's brother. Tom Jr., almost bursting free. Don't say the name of my sister. Chance. I said the name of my girl. Tom Jr., breaking away from the group. I'm all right. Leave us alone, will ya? I don't want Chance to feel that he's outnumbered. He herds them out. Okay? Come on down here. Princess trying to restrain Chance. No, Chance, don't. Tom Jr. Excuse yourself from the lady and come on down here. Don't be scared to. I just want to talk to you quietly. Just talk. Quiet talk. Chance. Tom Jr., I know that since the last time I was here, something has happened to Heavenly and I. Tom Jr. Don't speak the name of my sister. Just leave her name off your tongue. Chance. Just tell me what happened to her. Tom Jr. Keep your rotten voice down. Chance. I know I've done many wrong things in my life. Many more than I can name or number, but I swear I never hurt Heavenly in my life. Tom Jr. You mean to say my sister was had by somebody else? Diseased by somebody else the last time you were in St. Cloud? I know it's possible. It's barely possible that you didn't know what you'd done to my little sister the last time you came to St. Cloud. You remember that time when you came home broke? My sister had to pick up your tabs in restaurants and bars and had to cover bad checks you wrote on banks where you had no accounts. Until you met this rich bitch Minnie, the Texas one with the yacht, and started spending weekends on her yacht and coming back Mondays with money from Minnie to go on with my sister. I mean, you'd sleep with Minnie that slept with any goddamn gigolo bastard she could pick up on Bourbon Street or the docks. And then you would go on sleeping again with my sister. And sometime during that time, you got something besides your gigolo fee from Minnie and passed it on to my sister. My little sister that had hardly even heard of a thing like that and didn't know what it was till it had gone on too long. Chance. I left town before I found out. The lamentation music is heard. Tom Jr. You found out? Did you tell my little sister? Chance. I thought if something was wrong, she'd write me or call me. Tom Jr. How could she write you or call you? There are no addresses, no phone numbers in gutters. I'm itching to kill you, here on the spot. My little sister Heavenly didn't know about the diseases and operations of whores till she had to be cleaned and cured. I mean, spayed like a dog by Dr. George Scudder's knife. That's right, by the knife. And tonight, if you stay here tonight, if you're here after this rally, you're going to get the knife too. You know? The knife? That's all. Now go on back to the lady. I'm going back to my father. Tom Jr. exits. Princess, as Chance returns to her. Chance, for God's sake, let's go now. The lament is in the air. It blends with the wind-blown sound of the palms. All day I've kept hearing a sort of lament that drifts through the air of this place. It says, lost, lost, never to be found again. Palm gardens by the sea and olive groves on Mediterranean islands all have that lament drifting through them. Lost, lost. The Isle of Cyprus, Monte Carlo, San Remo, Torremolinos, Tangier, they're all places of exile from whatever we loved. Dark glasses, wide-brimmed hats, and whispers. Is that her? Shocked whispers. Oh, Chance, believe me, after failure comes flight. Nothing ever comes after failure but flight. Face it. Call the car. Have them bring down the luggage and let's go on along the old Spanish trail. She tries to hold him. Chance. Keep your grabbing hands off me. Marchers off stage start to sing Bonnie Blue Flag. Princess. There's no one but me to hold you back from destruction in this place. Chance. I don't want to be held. Princess. Don't leave me. If you do, I'll turn into the monster again. I'll be the first lady of the beanstalk country. Chance. Go back to the room. Princess. I'm going nowhere alone. I can't. Chance in desperation. Wheelchair. Marchers enter from the left, Tom Jr. and Boss with them. Wheelchair. Stuff, get the lady a wheelchair. She's having another attack. Stuff and a bellboy catch at her, but she pushes Chance away and stares at him reproachfully. The bellboy takes her by the arm. She accepts this anonymous arm and exits. Chance and the heckler are alone on stage. Chance, as if reassuring, comforting somebody besides himself. It's all right. I'm alone now. Nobody's hanging on to me. He is panting. Loosens his tie and collar. Band in the crystal ballroom, muted, strikes up a lively but lyrically distorted variation of some such popular tune as the Lichtensteiner polka. Chance turns toward the sound. Then, from left stage comes a drum majorette, bearing a gold and purple silk banner inscribed, Youth for Tom Finley, prancing and followed by Boss Finley, Heavenly, and Tom Jr., with a tight grip on her arm as if he were conducting her to a death chamber. Tom Jr. Papa? Papa, will you tell Sister to march? Boss Finley. Little bit. You hold your head up high when we march into that ballroom. Music up high, they march up the steps and onto the gallery in the rear, then start across it, the boss calling out, Now march! And they disappear up the stairs. Voice off stage. Now let us pray. There is a prayer mumbled by many voices. Miss Lucy, who has remained behind. You still want to try it? Heckler. I'm going to take a shot at it. How's my voice? Miss Lucy. Better. Heckler. I better wait here till he starts talking, huh? Miss Lucy. Wait till they turn down the chandeliers in the ballroom. Why don't you switch to a question that won't hurt his daughter? Heckler. I don't want to hurt his daughter, but he's going to hold her up as the fair white virgin exposed to black lust in the South, and that's his build-up, his lead into his voice of God speech. Miss Lucy. He honestly believes it. Heckler. I don't believe it. I believe that the silence of God, the absolute speechlessness of him, is a long, long, and awful thing that the whole world is lost because of. I think it's yet to be broken to any man, living or any yet lived on earth. No exceptions. And the least of all, Boss Finley. Stuff enters, goes to table, starts to wipe it. The chandelier lights go down. Miss Lucy with admiration. It takes a hillbilly to cut down a hillbilly. To Stuff. Turn on the television, baby. Voice offstage. I give you the beloved Thomas J. Finley. Stuff makes a gesture as if to turn on the TV, which we play in the fourth wall. A wavering beam of light, flickering, narrow, intense, comes from the balcony rail. Stuff moves his head so that he's in it, looking into it. Chance walks slowly downstage, his head also in the narrow flickering beam of light. As he walks downstage, there suddenly appears on the big TV screen, which is the whole back wall of the stage, the image of Boss Finley. His arm is around Heavenly, and he is speaking. When Chance sees the boss's arm around Heavenly, he makes a noise in his throat, like a hard fist hit him low. Now the sound, which always follows the picture by an instant, comes on, loud. Boss on TV screen. Thank you, my friends, neighbors, kinfolk, fellow Americans. I have told you before, but I will tell you again. I got a mission that I hold sacred to perform in the Southland. When I was 15, I came down barefooted out of the red clay hills. Why? Because the voice of God called me to execute this mission. Miss Lucy to Stuff. He's too loud. Heckler. Listen. Boss. And what is this mission? I have told you before, but I will tell you again. To shield from pollution a blood that I think is not only sacred to me, but sacred to him. Upstage, we see the heckler step up the last steps and make a gesture as if he were throwing doors open. He advances into the hall out of our sight. Miss Lucy. Turn it down, Stuff. Stuff, motioning to her. Shh. Boss. Who is the colored man's best friend in the South? That's right. Miss Lucy. Stuff, turn down the volume. Boss. It's me, Tom Finley. So recognized by both races. Stuff, shouting. He's speaking the word. Pour it on. Boss, however. I can't and will not accept, tolerate, condone this threat of a blood pollution. Miss Lucy turns down the volume of the TV set. Boss. As you all know, I had no part in a certain operation on a young black gentleman. I call that incident a deplorable thing. That is the one thing about which I am in total agreement with the Northern Radical Press. It was a deplorable thing. However, I understand the emotions that lay behind it. The passion to protect by this violent emotion something that we hold sacred, our purity of our own blood. But I had no part in it. And I did, Chance. Christ, what lies. What a liar. Miss Lucy, wait. Chance, you can still go. I can still help you, baby. Chance, putting hands on Miss Lucy's shoulders. Thanks, but no thank you, Miss Lucy. Tonight, God help me somehow, I don't know how, but somehow I'll take her out of St. Cloud. I'll wake her up in my arms and I'll give her life back to her. Yes, somehow, God help me somehow. Not condone the operation performed on the unfortunate colored gentleman caught prowling the midnight streets of our capital city. Stuff turns up volume of TV set. Heckler, as voice on the TV. Hey, Boss Finley. The TV camera swings to show him at the back of the hall. How about your daughter's operation? How about that operation your daughter had on her at the Thomas J. Finley Hospital here in St. Cloud? Did she put on black in mourning for her appendix? We hear a gasp, as if the heckler had been hit. Picture. Heavenly horrified. Sounds of a disturbance. Then the doors at the top of the stairs up left burst open and the heckler tumbles down. The picture changes to Boss Finley. He is trying to dominate the disturbance in the hall. Boss. Will you repeat that question? Have that man step forward. I will answer his question. Where is he? Have that man step forward. I will answer his question. Last Friday. Last Friday. Good Friday. I said last Friday, Good Friday. Quiet. May I have your attention, please? Last Friday, Good Friday. I seen a horrible thing on the campus of our great state university, which I built for the state. A hideous straw-stuffed effigy of myself, Tom Finley, was hung and set fire to in the main quadrangle of the college. This outrage was inspired by the Northern Radical Press. However, that was Good Friday. Today is Easter. I saw that was Good Friday. Today is Easter Sunday, and I am in St. Cloud. During this, a gruesome, not lighted, silent struggle has been going on. The heckler defended himself, but finally has been overwhelmed and rather systematically beaten. The tight, intense follow spot beam stayed on Chance. If he had any impulse to go to the heckler's aid, he'd be discouraged by Stuff and another man who stand behind him, watching him. At the height of the beating, there are bursts of great applause. At a point during it, Heavenly is suddenly escorted down the stairs sobbing and collapses. Curtain. Act 3. A while later that night, the hotel bedroom. The shutters in the Moorish corner are thrown open on the palm garden. Scattered sounds of disturbance are still heard. Something burns in the palm garden. An effigy? An emblem? Flickering light from it falls on the princess. Over the interior scene, the constant serene projection of royal palms branched among stars. Princess pacing with the phone. Operator, what happened to my driver? Chance enters on the gallery, sees someone approaching on other side, quickly pulls back and stands in shadows on the gallery. You told me you'd get me a driver. Why can't you get me a driver when you said that you would? Somebody in this hotel can surely get me somebody to drive me at any price asked out of this infernal... She turns suddenly as Dan Hatcher knocks at the corridor door. Behind him appeared Tom Jr., Bud, and Scotty, sweaty and disheveled from the riot in the palm garden. Who's that? Scotty. She ain't gonna open it. Break it in. Princess, dropping phone. What do you want? Hatcher. Miss Del Lago? Bud. Don't answer till she opens. Princess. Who's out there? What do you want? Scotty to Shaky Hatcher. Tell her you want her out of the goddamn room. Hatcher, with forced note of authority. Shut up. Let me handle this. Miss Del Lago, your checkout time was 3:30 p.m., and it's now after midnight. I'm sorry, but you can't hold this room any longer. Princess, throwing open the door. What did you say? Will you repeat what you said? Her imperious voice, jewels, furs, and commanding presence abashed them for a moment. Hatcher. Miss Delago, Tom Jr. recovering quickest. This is Mr. Hatcher, assistant manager here. You checked in last night with a character not wanted here, and we've been informed he's staying in your room with you. We brought Mr. Hatcher up here to remind you that the checkout time is long past, and Princess, powerfully. My checkout time at any hotel in the world is when I want to check out. Tom Jr. This ain't any hotel in the world. Princess, making no room for entrance. Also, I don't talk to assistant managers of hotels when I have complaints to make about discourtesies to me, which I do most certainly have to make about my experiences here. I don't even talk to managers of hotels. I talk to owners of them, directly to hotel owners about discourtesies to me. Picks up satin sheets on bed. These sheets are mine. They go with me. And I have never suffered such dreadful discourtesies to me at any hotel at any time or place anywhere in the world. Now I have found out the name of this hotel owner. This is a chain hotel under the ownership of a personal friend of mine, whose guest I have been in foreign capitals such as... Tom Jr. has pushed past her into the room. What in the hell is he doing in my room? Tom Jr. Where's Chance, Wayne? Princess. Is that what you come here for? You can go away then. He hasn't been in this room since he left this morning. Tom Jr. Scotty, check the bathroom. He checks the closet, stoops to peer under the bed. Scotty goes off at right. Like I told you before, we know you're Alexander Delago, traveling with a degenerate that I'm sure you don't know. That's why you can't stay in St. Cloud, especially after this ruckus that we... Scotty re-enters from the bathroom and indicates to Tom Jr. that Chance is not there. Now, if you need any help in getting out of St. Cloud, I'll be... Princess, cutting in. Yes, I want a driver. Someone to drive my car. I want to leave here. I'm desperate to leave here. I'm not able to drive. I have to be driven away. Tom Jr. Scotty, you and Hatcher wait outside while I explain something to her. They go and wait outside the door on the left end of the gallery. I'm going to get you a driver, Miss Delago. I'll get you a state trooper. Half a dozen state troopers if I can't get you no driver. Okay? Sometime come back to our town and see us here. We'll lay out a red carpet for you, okay? Good night, Miss Delago. They disappear down the hall, which is then dimmed out. Chance now turns from where he's been waiting at the other end of the corridor and slowly, cautiously approaches the entrance to the room. Wind sweeps the palm garden. It seems to dissolve the walks. The rest of the play is acted against the night sky. The shuttered doors on the veranda open, and Chance enters the room. He has gone a good deal further across the border of reason since we last saw him. The princess isn't aware of his entrance until he slams the shuttered doors. She turns, startled, to face him. Princess. Chance. Chance. You had some company here. Princess. Some men were here looking for you. They told me I wasn't welcome in this hotel in this town because I had come here with a criminal degenerate. I asked them to get me a driver so I can go. Chance. I'm your driver. I'm still your driver, Princess. Princess. You couldn't drive through the palm garden. Chance. I'll be all right in a minute. Princess. It takes more than a minute, Chance. Will you listen to me? Can you listen to me? I listened to you this morning with understanding and pity, I did. I listened with pity to your story this morning. I felt something in my heart for you which I thought I couldn't feel. I remembered young men who were what you are or what you're hoping to be. I saw them all clearly. All clearly. Eyes, voices, smiles, bodies clearly. But their names wouldn't come back to me. I couldn't get their names back without digging into old programs of plays that I starred in at 20, in which they said, "Madam, the Count's waiting for you," or "Chance." They almost made it. Oh, oh, Franz. Yes, Franz? What? Albertzart? Fran Albertzart. Oh, God. God, Franz Albertzart. I had to fire him. He held me too tight in the waltz scene. His anxious fingers left bruises once so violent they dislocated a disc in my spine. And Chance, I'm waiting for you to shut up, Princess. I saw him in Monte Carlo not too long ago. He was with a woman of 70, and his eyes looked older than hers. She held him. She led him by an invisible chain through Grand Hotel, lobbies, and casinos, and bars like a blind, dying lapdog. He wasn't much older than you are now. Not long after that, he drove his Romeo or Ferrari off the Grand Corniche. Accidentally? Broke his skull like an eggshell. I wonder what they found in it. Old, desperative ambitions? Little treacheries? Possibly even little attempts at blackmail that didn't quite come off. And whatever traces are left of really great charm and sweetness. Chance? Franz Albertzart is Chance Wayne. Will you please try to face it so we can go on together? Chance pulls away from her. Are you through? Have you finished? Princess. You didn't listen, did you? Chance picking up the phone. I didn't have to. I told you that story this morning. I'm not going to drive off nothing and crack my head like an eggshell. Princess. No, because you can't drive. Chance. Operator, long distance. Princess. You would drive into a palm tree. Franz Albertzart. Chance. Where's your address book? Your book of telephone numbers? Princess. I don't know what you think you are up to, but it's no good. The only hope for you now is to let me lead you by that invisible loving steel chain through Carltons and Ritzes and grand hotels and Chance. Don't you know I'd die first? I would rather die first. Into phone. Operator, this is an urgent person-to-person call from Miss Alexandra Delago to Miss Sally Powers in Beverly Hills, California. Princess. Oh no! Chance. Chance. Miss Sally Powers, the Hollywood columnist. Yes. Sally Powers. Yes, we'll get information. I'll wait. I'll wait. Princess. Her number is Coldwater 59000. Her hand goes to her mouth, but too late. Chance, in Beverly Hills, California. Coldwater 59000. The princess moves out onto forestage, surrounding areas dim till nothing is clear behind her but the palm garden. Princess. Why did I give him the number? Well, why not after all? I'd have to know sooner or later. I started to call several times, picked up the phone, put it down again. Well, let him do it for me. Something's happened. I'm breathing freely and deeply, as if the panic was over. Maybe it's over. He's doing the dreadful thing for me, asking the answer for me. He doesn't exist for me now, except as somebody making this awful call for me, asking the answer for me. The light's on me. He's almost invisible now. What does that mean? Does it mean that I still wasn't ready to be washed up, counted out? Chance. All right, call Chasen's. Try to reach her at Chasen's. Princess. Well, one thing's sure. It's only this call I care for. I seem to be standing in light with everything else dimmed out. He's in the dimmed out background as if he'd never left the obscurity he was born in. I've taken the light again as a crown on my head to which I am suited by something in the cells of my blood and body from the time of my birth. It's mine. I was born to own it, as he was born to make this phone call for me to Sally Powers, dear faithful custodian of my outlived legend. Phone rings in distance. The legend that I've outlived? Monsters don't die early. They hang on long, awfully long. Their vanity's infinite, almost as infinite as their disgust with themselves. Phone rings louder. It brings the stage light back up on the hotel bedroom. She turns to Chance and the play returns to a more realistic level. The phone's still ringing. Chance, they gave me another number. Princess. If she isn't there, give me my name and ask them where I can reach her. Chance. Princess? Princess. What? Chance. I have a personal reason for making this phone call. Princess. I'm quite certain of that. Chance. Into phone. I'm calling for Alexandra Delago. She wants to speak to Miss Sally Powers. Oh, is there any number where the princess could reach her? Princess. It will be a good sign if they give you a number. Chance. Oh? Good. I'll call that number. Operator? Try another number for Miss Sally Powers. It's Canyon 75000. Say it's urgent. It's Princess Cosmonopolis. Princess. Alexandra Delago. Chance. Alexandra Delago is calling Miss Powers. Princess to herself. Oxygen? Please? A little? Chance. Is that you, Miss Powers? This is Chance Wayne talking. I'm calling for the Princess Cosmonopolis. She wants to speak to you. She'll come to the phone in a minute. Princess. I can't. Say I've... Chance, stretching phone cord. This is as far as I can stretch the cord, Princess. You've got to meet it halfway. Princess hesitates, then advances to the extended phone. Princess, in a low, strident whisper. Sally? Sally? Is it really you, Sally? Yes, it's me, Alexandra. It's what's left of me, Sally. Yes, I was there, but I only stayed a few minutes. As soon as they started laughing in the wrong places, I fled up the aisle and into the street screaming, "Taxi!" And nobody stopped running till now. And never stopped running till now. No, I've talked to nobody. Heard nothing, read nothing. Just wanted dark... What? You're just being kind. Chance, as if to himself. Tell her that you've discovered a pair of new stars. 2 of them. Princess. One moment, Sally, I'm breathless. Chance, gripping her arm. And lay it on thick. Tell her to break it tomorrow in her column, in all of her columns, and in her radio talks, that you've discovered a pair of young people who are the stars of tomorrow. Princess to Chance. Go into the bathroom. Stick your head under cold water. Sally, do you really think so? You're not just being nice, Sally, because of old times? Grown, did you say? My talent? In what way, Sally? More depth? More what, did you say? More power. Well, Sally, God bless you, dear Sally. Chance, cut the chatter. Talk about me and heavenly. Princess. No, of course I didn't read the reviews. I told you I flew. I flew. I flew as fast as I could. Oh. Oh? Oh. How very sweet of you, Sally. I don't even care if you're not altogether sincere in that statement, Sally. I think you know what the past 15 years have been like. Because I do have the outcrying heart of an artist. Excuse me, Sally, I'm crying. And I don't have any Kleenex. Excuse me, Sally, I'm crying. Chance, hissing behind her. Hey, talk about me. She kicks Chance's leg. Princess. What's that, Sally? Do you really believe so? Who? For what part? Oh my god. Oxygen. Oxygen, quick. Chance, seizing her by the hair and hissing. Me! Me, you bitch! Princess. Sally, I'm too overwhelmed. Can I call you back later? Sally, I'll call back later. She drops phone in a daze of rapture. My picture has broken box office records in New York and LA. Chance, call her back. Get her on the phone. Princess, broken box office records. The greatest comeback in the history of the industry. That's what she calls it. Chance, you didn't mention me to her. Princess to herself. I can't appear. Not yet. I'll need a week in a clinic. Then a week or 10 days at the Morning Star Ranch in Vegas. I'd better get Ackerman down there for a series of shots before I go on the coast. Chance at phone. Come back here. Call her again. Princess. I'll leave the car in New Orleans and go on by plane to Tucson. I better get Strauss working on publicity for me. I'd better be sure my tracks are covered up well these last few weeks in hell. Chance. Here, get her back on this phone. Princess. Do what? Chance. Talk about me and talk about Heavenly to her. Princess. Talk about a beach boy I picked up for pleasure, distraction from panic. Now? When the nightmare is over? Involve my name, which is Alexandra Del Lago, with the record of a... You've just been using me. Using me. When I needed you downstairs, you shouted, get her a wheelchair. Well, I didn't need a wheelchair. I came up alone, as always. I climbed back alone up the beanstalk to the ogre's country where I live now, alone. Chance, you've gone past something you couldn't afford to go past. Your time. Your youth. You've passed it. It's all you had. And you've had it. Chance. Who in the hell's talking? Look. He turns her forcibly to the mirror. Look in that mirror. What do you see in that mirror? Princess. I see Alexandra Del Lago, artist and star. Now it's your turn. You look and what do you see? Chance. I see Chance Wayne. Princess. The face of a friend's Albert's art. A face that tomorrow's sun will touch without mercy. Of course you were crowned with laurel in the beginning. Your gold hair was wreathed with laurel, but the gold is thinning, and the laurel has withered. Face it, pitiful monster. She touches the crown of his head. Of course I know I'm one too, but one with a difference. Do you know what that difference is? No, you don't know. I'll tell you. We are two monsters, but with this difference between us. Out of the passion and torment of my existence, I have created a thing that I can unveil, a sculpture, almost heroic, that I can unveil, which is true. But you've come back to the town you were born in, to a girl that won't see you because you put such rot in her body she had to be gutted and hung on a butcher's hook like a chicken dressed for Sunday. He wheels about to strike at her, but his raised fist changes its course and strikes down at his own belly, and he bends double with a sick cry. Palm garden wind, whisper of the lament. Yes, and her brother, who was one of my callers, threatens the same thing for you. Castration, if you stay here. Chance. That can't be done to me twice. You did that to me this morning here on this bed, where I had the great honor. Windy sound arises. They move away from each other. He to the bed, she close to her portable dressing table. Princess. Age does the same thing to a woman. Scrapes pearls and pill boxes off tabletop into handbag. Well. All at once her power is exhausted, her fury gone. Something uncertain appears in her face and voice, betraying the fact, which she probably suddenly knows, that her future course is not a progression of triumphs. She still maintains a grand air as she snatches up her platinum mink stole and tosses it about her. It slides immediately off her shoulders. She doesn't seem to notice. He picks the stole up for her, puts it about her shoulders. She grunts disdainfully, her back to him. Then resolution falters. She turns to face him with great dark eyes that are fearful, lonely, and tender. Princess, I am going now, on my way. He nods slightly, loosening the Windsor knot of his knitted black silk tie. Her eyes stay on him. Well, are you leaving or staying? Chance. Staying. Princess. You can't stay here. I'll take you to the next town. Chance. Thanks, but no thank you, Princess. Princess, seizing his arm. Come on, you gotta leave with me. My name is connected with you. We checked in here together. Whatever happens to you, my name will be dragged in with it. Chance. Whatever happens to me's already happened. Princess. What are you trying to prove? Chance. Something's got to mean something, don't it, Princess? I mean, like your life means nothing, except that you could never make it. Always almost, never quite? Well, something's still got to mean something. Princess. I'll send a boy up for my luggage. You'd better come down with my luggage. Chance. I'm not part of your luggage. Princess. What else can you be? Chance. Nothing, but not part of your luggage. Note. In this area, it is very important that Chance's attitude should be self-recognition but not self-pity. A sort of deathbed dignity and honest apparent in it. In both Chance and the Princess, we should return to the huddling together of the lost, but not with sentiment, which is false, but with whatever is truthful in the moments when people share doom, face firing squads together. Because the Princess is really equally doomed. She can't turn back the clock any more than can Chance, and the clock is equally relentless to them both. For the Princess, a little, very temporary return to, recapture of, the spurious glory. The report from Sally Powers may be, and probably is, a factually accurate report, but to indicate she is going on to further triumph would be to falsify her future. She makes this instinctive admission to herself when she sits down by Chance on the bed facing the audience. Both are faced with castration, and in her heart she knows it. They sit side by side on the bed like two passengers on a train sharing a bench. Princess. Chance, we've got to go on. Chance. Go on to where? I couldn't go past my youth, but I've gone past it. The lament fades in, continues through the scene to the last curtain. Princess. You're still young, Chance. Chance. Princess, the age of some people can only be calculated by the level of rot in them. And by that measure, I'm ancient. Princess. What am I? I know I'm dead, as old Egypt. Isn't it funny? We're still sitting here together side by side in this room, like we were occupying the same bench on a train, going on together. Look, that little donkey's marching around and around to draw water out of a well. She points off at something as if outside a train window. Look, a shepherd boy's leading a flock. What an old country. Timeless. Look. The sound of a clock ticking is heard, louder and louder. Chance. No, listen. I didn't know there was a clock in this room. Princess. I guess there's a clock in every room people live in. Chance. It goes tick tick. It's quieter than your heartbeat, but it's slow dynamite, a gradual explosion, blasting the world we lived in to burnt out pieces. Time. Who could beat it? Who could defeat it ever? Maybe some saints and heroes, but not chance, Wayne. I lived on something that time, princess. Yes, time, chance. Gnaws away, like a rat gnaws off its own foot caught in a trap. And then, with its foot gnawed off and the rat set free, couldn't run, couldn't go, bled and died. The clock ticking fades away. Tom Jr. offstage left. Miss Del Lago? Princess. I think they're calling our station. Tom Jr. still off stage. Miss Del Lago, I've got a driver for you. A trooper enters and waits on gallery. With a sort of tired grace, she rises from the bed, one hand lingering on her seat companion's shoulder as she moves a little unsteadily to the door. When she opens it, she is confronted by Tom Jr. Princess. Come on, Chance. We're going to change trains at this station. So come on. We've got to go on. Chance, please. Chance shakes his head and the princess gives up. She weaves out of sight with the trooper down the corridor. Tom Jr. enters from steps, pauses, and then gives a low whistle to Scotty, Bud, and the third man who enter and stand waiting. Tom Jr. comes down bedroom steps and stands on bottom step. Chance, rising and advancing to the forestage. I don't ask for your pity, but just for your understanding. Not even that, no. Just for your recognition of me and the enemy, time, in us all. The curtain closes. The end.